Okay, on this episode, we're talking about reincarnation. We have a page called The Paranormal Couple because that's what we are, the paranormal couple, and we do investigations. Now, we posted a post about reincarnation, and we had 25 total responses. 19 said that yes, they do believe in reincarnation, three said no, and then we had three undecided. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to read some of their, it's not necessarily things that have happened to them, but how what their opinions and what they believe in. And we're going to go ahead and start with Dawn.
All right. Wendy said, I believe I have been here before, but there are extraordinary stories of children having talents like musical, artistic, academic abilities that they had never had any training. So I believe that they were experts in these fields in another life.
I'm going to tell you the children's stories are the ones that do get me thinking because some of the stuff they don't know. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. That was a good one.
It was.
Uh, yeah. And I am going to read from Brooke. Now, Brooke said, having met both my dad and my kid, yeah, there's something like reincarnation out there. He's never been spooky about it. They're just so incredibly alike and have the same vibes.
Brooke, she's basically saying that her son and her dad, I think, are,
They're just alike.
yeah, so
Yeah.
similar that she thinks there's something there.
I mean, like she said, she knew both her father and she knows her kid. So, yeah, she could definitely pick up on something like that.
Yep. And then I think this is Pizzazz, P-A-S-A-Z, Paranormal out of the UK. They said, and I don't know if it's a she or a he, so they said, the lady who reads my cards said that I had a past life and connected to a French castle. And maybe that's why I am so obsessed with castles.
Interesting. Okay, now I'm going to read what Chris said. I do believe in it, but not the wildly accepted definition of it. Bit of lengthy explanation to give you a comment thread, but the shortest version I can give is that remembering a past life is actually a glitch that shouldn't happen. I don't actually believe in souls. I believe in that what people call a soul is from a sediment energy that records a life and is supposed to take that recording somewhere else. But occasionally, for whatever reason, something goes wrong and it doesn't. It either gets stuck outside of a vessel or it jumps to another vessel without uploading the memory of its previous first life. And they were talking about vessel as in ghost. I was born a psychic medium, but I'm also an atheist. I don't believe in the spiritual, but I do believe in the law of the conservation of energy.
That one
Interesting.
was
Yeah.
very thought out and deep.
Yeah. I mean, I do believe that person could go way further into this conversation.
For sure. And actually, when I had reached out, Chris said that if we had any questions or wanted to go into it any further, that that is something that they'd be willing to talk about.
Gotcha.
All right, Margaret. So Margaret said, I get the feeling that the gaps, the respite in heaven, are shorter than they were at one time. With my two daughters, we remember being sisters, probably in the early 20th century. We wore long clothes, rode a horse and carriage, and I believe that we were quite well off. I was born in 1940 in this present time, but I recollect being burned at the stake in another life, very poor, had a lot of rats running around the street, which I feel was London. I also recollect being a monk on the Isle of, I think it's Iona, a nun in a French nunnery. Part of my work there was attending to the gardens. I'm returning to Scotland in the autumn later this year. This will be my last time. I believe I shall have completed that part of the jigsaw, you might say. Love and blessings to all.
Oh, love and blessings to you as well, Margaret. Okay, that's definitely a lot of information.
Heck yeah.
Interesting. Okay, last one I'm going to read is from Laura. And Laura says, I totally believe. I don't know how many times I've been here before, but sometimes I'll be somewhere I've never been, and I am either very happy or very sad. So she's pretty much saying that places make her have feelings. Now that we have read the opinions off the Facebook, we are going to go ahead and give our opinions. And tonight, I have got my husband Shannon with us, so he's going to give his opinion. Well, and I think maybe we kind of have a different set of opinions, don't we?
I'm pretty sure that we do. My name is Shannon. I'm Amy's husband. I'm 50% of the paranormal couple. I do believe in reincarnation 100%. I do believe that I've been here before. I do believe that it is very possible, considering all the cases that I've read about and heard of in the past 20 years looking into it. There have been multiple situations, different cases across the world, where children have led people to murder weapons that they were murdered to, explain about what life they lived before the present life that they're currently in, details like what their mothers looked like, what their brother's name was, where they lived at, what it looked like. There's way too much evidence, in my opinion, to dismiss it as just being silly. It's an actual thing that needs to be looked into seriously because I do 100% believe that it is possible.
All right, Amy, you're up.
I'm not sure what I believe, but I will tell you the things that he is saying is what makes me kind of feel that way. Like, I want to say no, but then how do you explain this other stuff?
I feel the same.
And a lot of the belief has to do with religion. So let's not forget about that. Because when you're dealing with reincarnation, you have to deal with religion too, especially when you're talking to other people. Of course, Christianity does not believe in reincarnation. There is no supporting evidence biblically that supports reincarnation. As a matter of fact, um, Jesus in the book of Luke, when he told the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, he pretty much said himself that there is no coming back, and after this life there is judgment. And that's what a big, huge percentage of people who are in religions that are not Buddhist, Tibetan, or Hindu, or anything like that, that usually has a lot of emphasis on the reincarnation. If the Christian community does not really believe in it, there are some that do believe in reincarnation. The reason that they really don't is because of their faith. And, like I said in the book of Luke, where he said there is no coming back,
Mm-hmm.
that after this, it's your judgment. And, that's the end of it. So there were Christians before, in the early stages of Christianity, who did believe in reincarnation. But at some point along the way, the church made it heresy, pretty much, to even bring it up or discuss it because of the words of Jesus Christ in the book of Luke.
Well, so I have some questions, and I'm guessing these are going to be more for Shannon since Amy's kind of feeling the same as myself.
Right.
And if you have an opinion on these, obviously you can answer as well. But I don't know, they feel probably more geared towards him. Okay. Do you always think you're reincarnated if you're human into a human? So, and do you think animals are reincarnated?
I think animals could have possibly been humans in their past life.
That's scary.
It depends. I think what the main decider is on this, what you come back as, is karma. That is your main thing. If you live a life that is not good, all you do is care about yourself and do not have compassion for other people around you, and try to help people when you can, basically just have a good heart, then you could probably come back as a human, but your life's not going to be that easy. It's going to be very difficult. Or you could come back as an animal. There's no telling. You could come back as a tree.
That's awful.
I don't make the decision on that. Every living being, every sentient living being makes that decision throughout their life. And when you finally take your last breath, whatever you did during your life is going to give you what you did in your next life. I believe that we're eternal. Our souls are eternal. And what we're in right now is basically a school. We're here to learn. And when we don't learn what we're not supposed to learn, we come back. And sometimes it's not as easy as it was when we were here.
So you don't think, it sounds like, you don't think we choose our next life?
No, I do not. You choose in a way, but it's not as like, okay, I'm getting ready to die. I think I want to come back as a king of some kingdom. That's not. You've already made that decision while you were living. All the things that you've done, you set your own path in place. So whatever you've done, you reap what you sow.
And then what do you think happens between your lives? Like where's your soul? Like what happens?
Well, there's a lot of different beliefs on that, especially, I think the Buddhist belief in that is there's a 49-day period of pain every time they have a monk die. And then somewhere within that 49 days, up to 7 weeks, the reincarnation takes effect, and that individual either comes back as a human, a sentient being that's not really human, or could be an animal, a tree, plant, whatever, because all of that energy, all the energy that's here right now has always been here. So it has to go somewhere. You pass away, that energy goes elsewhere. And I do believe that a lot of them come back. There are some who do not come back. I mean, like in the Buddhist sense, they go in their mind. Reach at a certain point where you don't have to come back here anymore. Fully understand what life really is. So there's no more learning on this plane. Progress into another existence. So I think this is a constant cycle of existence, just like the cycles of the solar system, cycles of the calendars, cycles of the seasons on this plane that we live in. There's always a constant shift, always a constant passing and rebirth. And I don't think our souls are any different.
Wait, so if you come back as a tree, then would that be your last thing? Because trees live forever.
I mean, you may come back as a tree until,
You get made into paper.
whatever decides you need to move on to something else. Maybe you come back for a tree and want to lifespan. And then after that, I'm not the one who makes the decision on that. I'm just saying. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible.
I don't want to be a tree.
I don't either.
Be good.
I'm trying to be good.
Then be good. Although, then maybe you could turn into an elemental and you could like scare people. That's kind of fun.
Can I be a weeping willow?
I guess you could be.
They're pretty.
They are. I love those.
I do too.
That or Spanish moss. Very similar.
Yeah. Yeah. And I do like my sycamore tree too.
Yeah, but I still don't want to be that.
My belief though is so different because I'm not based in religion. I'm agnostic theist, so I do believe in God, but I don't have a set of rules that I have to follow like everybody else does. It seems like that's what I like to call it because they do have faith in what they believe in and they follow the word, and that's great. But for instance, my opinion, Jesus said there is no other way through him than to him except through me. I believe that he was saying to live like he did, to help people, to be compassionate, to sacrifice yourself. And he done all of that. And I think that sometimes when you're reading the Bible, you have to read between the lines. There's a lot of things that are misinterpreted.
Do you think that hypnosis or meditation or something, do you think you can tap into that?
Yes, there are people that do past life regression. Even I was listening to who's the rapper from LA, Kendrick Lamar, and he had a song about reincarnation on his new album, and I was listening to some of the things that he went through in his past life regression. But yes, there are people that actually do that and find out who they were before. And I mean, it's amazing.
I don't have any more questions. That was all I wrote down.
I would like to try some past life aggression to see if I could come up with something.
You said aggression.
Yeah, past life regression.
Past life regression.
Amy
That's what I'd like to try.
She wants to yell at people.
And you said sentiment a while ago, and it's sentient.
Oh, well.
It's okay.
I'm awful at reading. I'm better when I have to decide my own what I'm saying instead of reading somebody else's. So, sorry, Chris.
It's okay. I knew what you meant.
I want to do some past life aggression.
Amy's the nicest person, but she's going to do aggression, past life aggression.
Maybe I was mean.
I mean, maybe.
You got to leave that in.
I was, for sure.
It's part of it, you know.
Totally.
He always calls me out, too.
I know for certain I think I'll be back, because I probably could have done more this life. And I realize that. The older you get, the more you think about it. You're like, I wasted so much time doing things.
For pleasure.
Selfish,
Yeah.
you know, just strictly out of indulging in pleasure. It doesn't really matter in the long scheme. And I don't have a doubt that I'll be back, because I know I could have done that. Without a doubt.
Yeah. But isn't that scary to you to think about?
No, that's not scary to me. Because everybody else, I believe, in. I'm not in this long. You guys are kind of with me.
You think we'll meet up again?
Yes, I do believe that you're reincarnated around some of the same people.
I think a lot of people believe that part. So after my dad passed, we kept for like, I don't know, 6 months or something. We kept seeing frogs everywhere. And I really hope my dad wasn't a frog. I don't want that.
But the tadpoles are so cute.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Remember when you had a
tadpole talk?
Yes. Oh, that was fun.
What was that, tadpole?
No, tadpole talk. Or tadpole, or Ted.
I thought you called it Tad Talk or something.
No, he was so mad at me having to save. He was having to wait and stop because I was saving them.
Amy saved thousands, and I'm not kidding, thousands of tadpoles in their pool.
Remember when I called you and outside and it was river, 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 river?
I loved it.
It was great.
See, Amy has no aggression.
I'm saving tadpoles.
No aggression until her past life.
I'm going to go back and check that out.
Yeah. So this one was just a fast little mini-sode. We wanted to get users involved or not users, we wanted to get followers involved. And so we thought this was a fun start to that.
All right.
And we got Shannon involved.
I'm happy about that.
It was a pleasure to be here with you. It really was.
Do I need to buy another, I've got a pink computer chair. Do I need to buy a boy-colored computer chair?
No.
I don't think they can see it.
Yeah, we can't even see it.
It's pretty.
He might need his own mic if we're going to do this again.
Yeah, you could plug in too, couldn't you?
It worked out. We're good. But yeah, that's it. We just had a quick one. Wanted to talk about reincarnation, and Amy and I are kind of on the same page, so there wasn't a lot of input. I don't know.
And also, how many episodes are we in now, counting full episodes and minis?
I think this will be probably, well, I'm not sure. This will be between 8 and 10, which is not helpful.
Well, okay, by the time you hear this, it is helpful for me. You're definitely on some of these sites that you're listening to us. I'm not sure what you're using. You could be using Spotify, whatever. You are far enough in now that you can go and give us a rating. So please give us a rating. Let us know what you think. And like I said, leave that review if it's nice. If it's not, remember what your mother told you. Keep it to yourself if you have nothing nice to say, and reach out to us personally, and we would love to hear what you have as issues. If you have anything that we have said wrong or done, reach out to us personally.
Everything she said. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We'll talk to you next time.
We'll meet here again.
Was that it?
Yeah, we're going to meet back here.
That's the ending. We'll meet here again.
Meet us back here, guys.
Bye.
Oh, bye.